Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth, can't put me down, I'll be getting loud. You can have me douse, not what I'm about, have your fucking clout, it be raining now, I keep making sound, go another round, bitch I'm legend bound, can't stop me now. You don't wanna fuck with me, a slow burn like a disease. Just tell me that I can and I'll show you things that you couldn't believe. Just tell me that I can. 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 It's showtime.
Welcome to Friday Night Lights. I am your host, Mikey, and as always, riding with me, Tommy. What's going on, brother?
What is going on, Mr. Mikey? We are back. Friday Night Lights. We had a little break there for a little bit. But we are back, and the lights are shining. And this weekend is, man, big time, big game, Mr. Mikey.
Yep.
It was almost like meant to be. Bills versus Bengals.
Well, we kind of knew that was going to happen. Well, we assumed that was going to happen once we heard that they weren't going to make up the game, and we dropped to the 2 seed, and they got the 3 seed. There was that collision course set up for that. So that kind of
got some angry Bengals fans, by the way, thinking this should have been a coin toss on the hearing.
Why? We both played 16 games. They lost 4 games. We lost 3 games.
I'm just saying that they say
they just assumed because they were leading when it happened that they were going to win the game. Is what they're assuming.
I'm just telling you, you know how it is. People are never satisfied. Listen, man, Bengals fans, so anybody that's not happy about the rule here, we all agreed. The NFL agreed. The team owners agreed to this. And I know, I get it. What if? There's a lot of what ifs, but that don't mean nothing. The game was officially a no-go, and it was a nobody. It was a nothing.
You guys lost.
No win, no
you guys
loss.
lost 4. We lost 3.
Yeah, that's how it finished. It sucks. I'm sure. I know. I get it, but that's how it went. And you're playing in Buffalo. If you're a good team, then it won't matter where you play. You know, that's the way it goes.
Chewy's going to the game.
What? Chewy? Man, oh man. Well, cheers to you, Chewy. Cheers to you, my
Absolutely.
friend.
I'd love to see,
you better bring it.
Yeah, I want to see some pics, brother. I do. You know, let us know how the atmosphere is. I will tell you, the intro, Tommy, to our show is from last year's Patriots game, night game. We don't get any of that this time.
No night. No.
We had a 1:00 Sunday game, and then we have a 3:00 Sunday game.
Okay, so I tweeted out. I was like first to tweet this out, by the way, real quick, Mikey.
What's going on, Trent?
When I found out the time of the game, it was so interesting to me. So I was like, nobody. I'm like, how is nobody talking about this? It's at 3:00. Like, it's just meant to be, Mikey. I'm telling you, like. Bro, I looked last season, there was no game at 3 last year. They either the NFL purposely put that or just like it was just I don't know. I don't get it, but it's like I'm telling you, Mike,
they don't want nighttime big game Josh. You think they would want that?
But 3 but I'm just saying 3 DeMar Hamlin, it's Bengals 3:00. It's meant to be. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I get it.
I'm telling you, Mikey, like the stars are aligning.
The threes across the board.
It's funky.
Three backup O linemen in.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I'm feeling good, Mikey. I don't know about you. Yeah, I've been getting asked all week at the bar. How you feel? You guys think you think you're gonna win? You really think you're gonna win? I'm like, yeah, of course I do. Fuck F yeah, I do.
Okay. All right. Keith comes in, and this is something that we talked about early in the season. about how overhyped Burrow is. This goes back to what Scott Blakely puts in here. What's going on, Scott? Welcome to the show, brother. Mahomes, 14 picks, MVP. Burrow, 14 picks, most consistent QB. Allen, 16 picks, trash. It's not even that. Everything I hear, let's take Nick Wright, the talking head, the Josh Allen hater. He has 16 interceptions and 16 fumbles. The dude has fumbled 16 times, but only lost 6. So stop with that crap of adding, because there's so many other ones that happen. Like he's like, oh, he had 2 interceptions and 2 fumbles. He had 2 interceptions and 1 fumble. The other fumble, he got hit while he was throwing.
Yeah.
He doesn't talk about any of that crap. He just likes the numbers to drive his narrative. So yeah, I'm with you, Scott. I'm kind of done with those. You know, I love that everyone is down on Buffalo though.
Oh,
they
yeah,
can't
that's
do
fine.
it.
I'm good with that.
Josh is regressing. He's regressing.
Yeah, I'm good.
I'm good.
I'm good with it. Like I said, that's why I kind of did my Dorsey thing too last week. By the way, Scott, real quick, Scott messaged me. Not just Scott, but I got a couple messages from my last video, and I don't know if I ruffle some feathers, but I didn't mean for that video to go out to like to offend anybody or like say you guys shouldn't like voice your opinion.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
What'd you do?
So just a heads up, I voice my opinion all the time, obviously. And I want y'all, everybody that comes in here to voice their opinion. I get that. I'm not saying, you know, your opinion is wrong or right or whatever, but I'm just letting you know I wasn't a shot at any of you guys. I wasn't like making that video to go F your opinion. I'm gonna, you know, this is how I feel and this is the way it is. Like I was just making that video to let you know how I felt. I get it, and that's it. But I just want to let you guys. It was nothing personal, you know, because I kind of feel like some people took it the wrong way, Mikey, and I that's not what that video was about.
Okay, so for our chat, I think they know. You come in here and you be you. You have your feelings. Tommy and I may not agree with you. Hell, Tommy and I may not agree with each other. We don't have the time, you know. It's a safe place. But I do, you know. I will tell you, when we talked about this on Monday, Tommy, how I felt after the game and then how I felt on Monday was completely different.
Yeah,
after rewatching it.
That's right.
I was in my feelings Sunday after the game.
Yeah.
And I was really mad. There's probably 5 plays in that entire game that I didn't like what they did. 5 plays. Other than that, Josh hit through for 352, 3 touchdowns. And really, I think Greg Cosell said today the best. If Dawson Knox catches that in the end zone and Shakir catches the long bomb, he's closer to 425 and 4 touchdowns.
Yeah.
And people are saying that's a bad game. I'll take those bad games. Thank you very much.
Right. And let's just say hypothetically too. Let's guys, let's take the turnovers off the board, right? And let's just keep the score at where it's at, right? Same score. You're not saying the Bills offense was garbagey. Like we scored 34. No. The problem was the turnovers that you didn't like, which I don't like. But if we limit those turnovers, right, moving forward, which we're all hoping and crossing our fingers, right, then we will be in very good shape. It's just the turnovers is what hurt us, not really so much the offensive play calling, because the offensive play calling, regardless of what you think, it still gave us 34. Now, without the turnovers and the drop passes, we could have had 40 easily. You know that. This is true. You're not going to, and then you want to come back and say the offense is so vanilla. Listen, how about this, Mikey, real quick? I want to ask you this. Would you take not a vanilla offense, because I don't think this offense is vanilla, but would you take an offense like we're doing now? Nothing crazy, no tricks, no creative plays, but we're scoring 35, let's say, 34 a game. Or would you be fine with that? Or would you want I want excitement and I'm willing to risk
I want W's. I don't give a shit how it happens. We're in the playoffs. Win by 1, win by 100. Give me the W.
Exactly.
At this point,
do what you got to do to win the game.
Listen, I want excitement through the year so people stopped talking about Josh being, a bust.
Yeah.
You know,
I still, yeah.
I was looking for him to be in that elite tier. Is he 1? Is he 2? Is he 3? Is he 4? I don't give a shit. Everybody's
Yeah.
going to have their own ranking system. He's in that tier. That's what I cared about, the respect tier. He has it. He's one of the faces of the NFL. And now I'm with Josh on it. Whether it's ugly win or it's a blowout win.
Right.
Give me the win. That's all I care about.
And I really think too, like
it'll help my heart if it's a blowout.
Him and Dorsey have really got this like thing going down where, and Alan said it too, and I almost feel like they talk about it where it's we're not going to play conservative, right? Like what does he say though? They're not going to play conservative. But they don't want to turn the ball. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but they're not going to sit in a little box. You know what I mean? Like, so there's going to be mistakes made, basically, is what they're saying. Like, because we're not going to play that way. We're not going to play safe ball. And Josh is all for it. And I'm telling you, like, that's why I really think Josh, like, for as much as we're like, damn, like, why is he going deep? I just think Josh is like, hey, and I really wish he would sometimes take what's there, but I'm telling you, man, I really believe like he thinks he can make every throw and he's gonna go for the home run more than he's gonna go for the single, right? Yeah. I mean, like when is Josh a single guy? Like honestly, if he was a baseball player, he is definitely not a guy that's gonna be just a Tony Gwynn.
No, he's swinging. You know, he's swinging for the fence. That's just who he is.
Right.
You know, he goes for the gusto.
There's gonna be some strikeouts.
Third and 15, 52-yard bomb to Diggs. That was one of those that we get mad if he misses. Like, why are you going for it? There was a guy wide open because he's gonna hit those.
Right.
He's gonna hit those more than he doesn't, and that's the thing. You know, at the end of the day, I think my biggest changing point when we talk about Dorsey from Dable to Dorsey kept Josh under lock and key, kept him from being so aggressive, or Dable did. Dorsey is a killer just like Josh. He wants to go for the jugular.
That's why time. I think that's why
I don't know if sometimes it's a good thing, sometimes it's a bad thing. You know, it's just what it is.
I get it.
Yeah, you know,
but I don't know. But I don't know if I would want. I don't know if
care.
I would want another coordinator though to come in here and go, "Hey, Josh, I don't want you doing that."
He's not the Joe Burrow.
You know what I mean?
Joe Burrow will take his deep shots, but he's more of a Tom Brady clone in Death by 1,000 paper cuts.
Right.
You know, and he just assumes that they're good enough that they'll get those 5-yard hitches, 5-yard hitches, 5-yard hitches, 5-yard hitches. Then the second you bring him up, he's going to try to go over the top on you.
Right.
You know. And he feels like their offense is good enough to where they won't have any of the penalties, the holding penalties or the sacks or whatever, that it won't stop them. They'll go down and they'll kick a field goal or score a touchdown. Great. Right. That's not how our quarterback plays.
No.
He is a playmaker. He's not a distributor. He's a playmaker.
I want him in this game, even moving forward, if we get past this game, which I believe we will. I just want him to be him. Like I said it last year when I was remember when I told you just let Josh be Josh. Like honestly, you cannot like handcuff him. And remember in 2019 and 2020, even when we got in the playoffs, I felt like Dable handcuffed him a little bit. And that's not how he plays, guys. Like he's going to make some crazy, dumb, boneheaded. We're like, but he's going to play unbelievable.
Try to shake someone off and fumble. It's going to happen.
Yeah. So like. I'll take that.
Yeah, and 70% of the time he gets out of that and then takes off running for 20 yards or dumps it off or hits a big play.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't want safe, conservative check down Josh. You guys want that? Like I don't want
that. Let's go back to Trent Edwards, Captain Check down.
Yeah. I'm not for that. Now, but in hindsight, I also don't want turnovers, you know what I mean? Like, let's try to be a little careful with the ball.
Let's take the first one that he threw to Brown. It's first down. We just ran the ball twice. He was looking for Dawson Knox over the middle. It was covered. Devin Singletary was 3 yards from him. Toss it to him, get 3, 4, 5 yards. He went for the jugular to try to end it quick.
Did you hear his interview though? By the way,
who
on the intercept, Josh, where he's talking about his turnovers or no?
No,
Did
I
you watch
didn't
it?
notice that.
Okay. So he said out of all the turnovers, the only one he regrets is the John Brown one.
Yeah.
Because he said he didn't have to go that route. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But at least but that's good to know that at least he's like out of all the plays, and we're talking about, and we're talking about it right now, right? Like, because I'm not complaining about the Beasley pass, right? That was a 10-yard. It was there.
It bounced. Listen, it was a good defensive play, and it bounced off of Beasley. There's nothing you can do about that. Bad luck.
Guy in the right place, right time too.
Yep.
On the corner was like the other corner was happened to be there, but I'm just saying, like, at least he understands that. Okay, I can't. You know what I mean? Like, I have other. So I'm hoping in this game, you know, when he sees John Brown streaking and he sees Singletary there, he takes the Singletary route. You know what I mean? Will he? I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Triggs is right here. Allen won't. He feels like it's a loss. He feels like he loses if he has to check it down. Like it's a game. It's a game to him. Like if he has to take the check down, he feels like, you know, like, oh, okay.
And I see it. I'm watching it on TV. I'm like Hines wide open. Hines is right there. He will not.
And then he chucks it 25 or 30 yards downfield for a big play, and you're like, okay,
yes, yeah, okay, I'm cool with it.
I will tell you that the Hines, the Singletary getting the backs involved is part of my keys of the game, because you know how many targets the backs had last week? 0.
Mm-hmm.
We went for the gusto. Oh, granted, I think it was more of the game plan. Like Josh had more long throws in one game than anybody in the NFL this season.
Yeah, it is.
He like 13 20-yard throws.
But I will say this. I think in this game you may see it. The running backs get used a little more. Even that being the running game and the running backs getting the ball a little more, because I think the key to this game, we'll get to them, is to control. It's to win time of possession, Mikey. Like, but we'll get to that later.
Yeah,
but I really
look at Triggs. Look at Triggs' comment. Josh Allen will never do that.
Exactly. So that's a great Triggs. Thank you. Honestly, that's an awesome point, because watch that game last week in Minnesota. They're on 4th and 7 or 4th and 8, whatever they were on. Why are you throwing that pass there? Because why? Because that's what Kirk Cousins. You think Josh Allen would ever? No. I'd rather Josh Allen fucking throw
the sack,
60-yard
Hail Mary,
just whatever. Yeah,
but 5-yard out.
You're not giving. Yeah, how are you giving your team an opportunity at that time? You're not. Like, that's a terrible, terrible pass, and Allen would never do that. So you wouldn't. That's nothing you have to ever worry about. I never worry about Allen doing something stupid like that. He may throw an interception, try to throw a 40-yard pass, but at least he gave his guy an opportunity.
You're right, by stocks. Some of Allen's last resort checkdowns are way too late. The reason why is he's trying to make that play downfield. Yeah. So, like, a lot of the quarterbacks will take the look, they'll read the defense. Okay, it's not there. Next one, check down, and it gives them a little bit more time to run.
Yeah, his read's late. Yeah, it's like last read.
It's because he's trying to wait for them to open, because he'll go deep, come back middle, look back deep, and then check down.
Yeah. I listen, I will say this though, guys, real quick. Playoff Gabe Davis is back. I'm going to call it right now. Playoff Gabe Davis is back. He's going to have a big game in this game. I'm going to call it right. I'm going to call it right now. Hey, by the way,
don't
that dude. Hey, I don't care. I won't jinx nothing. That dude was doing. Hey, he was in the jugs machine later than anybody.
Every day, an hour after practice.
And I got inspired because his mom wrote him this nice letter saying, like, just like giving him motivation. And I'm like, man, I'm telling you guys, Gabe Davis is back. Playoff Gabe Davis. I'm telling you guys, watch out, because he is very important for this football team, no matter how you feel about him. No, this is my first, but there's a lot of liquor in there.
You're right, by stocks. That's one thing we haven't seen yet either. Like, he took off one time last week, like on a quarterback design run. That was it. We haven't even unlocked that yet.
He will have. I'll tell you this though, Mikey. he will have a way better day running, Allen, if they do design some runs against the Bengals defense compared to the Dolphins. I think the Dolphins D line with their speed caused chaos for Allen getting out of that pocket. I don't think the Bengals have that type of defense, that D line where that speed comes into play like the Dolphins did. I think Allen will have a way better game running, and he will have. I guarantee
I think he's
they
gonna
do
have a better
design
day in general.
the general. No, I do too, but
Yeah.
I'm just saying running wise.
And we're saying that.
Yeah.
We're saying, you know, and I do agree with you on the running piece.
Yeah.
We're saying that, and he threw for 350 and 3 touchdowns last week, and we're talking about him having a better game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Listen, like everyone
take the turnovers away.
Yeah,
Great
everyone's
game.
pretending like he threw for 197 yards, no
Right.
touchdowns, and had 3 turnovers.
Right.
The dude.
That's what I'm saying, Mikey. It's mind-boggling. Like honestly, like guys, that's really good numbers. That's a good day. Like there's nothing to complain about there. I don't see the regression at all. Now, if you're looking at it as a whole, yeah, he threw some interceptions this year that was not the greatest throws, no doubt about it. But all the greats do that. Listen, they all make some boneheaded mistakes.
Okay, so let's touch base because this is one of my topics that I had. Scott's. He thinks that Burrow and others have been putting up bulletin board material with all the crap that they've been saying about how they're never underdogs, they're the kings, they're the big dogs of the AFC. You know, well, you don't hear that same thing coming out of the Bills locker room.
Nah, man, we're not.
You know, did you hear Joe Mixon come out and say how disrespectful it was that the Bills and Chiefs were selling AFC Championship game tickets?
I don't listen. I'll be honest.
Okay,
I don't care. I'm
asking you that question because
I don't listen. To
so Joe Mixon came out and said how disrespectful it was. The Bills and the Chiefs can say the same thing because they sold tickets as they were hosting next week to Jacksonville.
Right.
So why are you complaining? Because the NFL sent out a memo about it?
Right. It is what it is, man. Play your game, man. If y'all think, listen, man, here it is. It's all the talk and all that. They could be, to your point, what you just said, Mikey, earlier. Mm-hmm. The Buffalo Bills, we're not that team. We're not a cocky, flashy team, right? Josh Allen isn't coming into Bill Stadium with fur coat and bling on. It's just not his style. However, when we get on that field, Josh Allen is probably the most biggest shit talker there is, and he can back it up. And I'm not saying they can. I'm not saying Joe Burrow can't, but I'm just saying we do our talking on the field. Stephon Diggs, right? Stephon Diggs is a major. He gets on the field. He's a beast out there. He talks mad trash.
He flips a switch, man.
Right. But he does it on the field. So we don't need, listen, we're humble. That's one thing I like. And I will say this too. After games, even if we win, we're always humble team. Josh Allen's always humble, right? Win or lose, always a humble guy. So we're just different, man. I think, and that's a McDermott thing. McDermott has his team where it's like, hey, you're not going to go out there on social media. You're not going to talk trash. It's not what we do. You're going to handle your business on the field. And that's what I love, man.
What up,
Stone? Hey, Stone, you're going to the game tomorrow, right? I know you are. Season ticket holder. You better. Chewy Baca's going to the game, so I know you're going to the game. Let me know, man.
Yeah.
I'm curious.
There was a comment in here that came from Triggs. Says, it annoys me when people say, "Oh, Dorsey gives Allen easy throws." I don't think he gives Allen easy throws. I would like to see him scheme up some easier throws for Allen. Everything in our offense is a option route, and you have to be on the same page as the receiver, and sometimes we're not. And I think that's part of some of the issues that we have. I would like us to see us scheme up some easier throws for Allen, so he knows where he's looking, and if he gets the look, he can go to that route. There's not a whole lot of that, and that's my biggest complaint from Dorsey. I like Dorsey. He's year one of being a play caller. He's done fantastic. We're second in the league in offense, points, yards, points per game, all those, and I think we're even second in the league in turnovers on offense. We're at the top of all of it.
I would definitely like to see, and I said it last week to you, maybe a little, like even to start the game, they're not going to do it, but a little up-tempo offense to start with some quick passes, some quick slants, even if you get Diggs in the slot, get Cole Beasley going early, just to get Josh kind of flowing in the game. You know what I mean? Just kind of get the defense backpedaling there. 5 yards, 4 yards, 6 yards, 3 yards. You know what I mean? Like, let's get that going and get a little up tempo, and then you hit them with a 30-yard, 35. Like, I think, to be honest with you, Mikey, that's the offense I love when we play
run it. Yeah,
when we run it, and it doesn't happen a lot, but when we do it, it's a beauty. Like, it's a beautiful thing to watch, man. I'm telling you guys, go back to the Rams game. Go back to certain games where we started off with that up-tempo, quick, get the ball out of Josh Allen's hands quick, right? And it wasn't sexy. There was nothing where like, oh, whoa, like it was 4 yard out, 6 yard, like I said. But boom, 35 yards, Gabe Davis. And you're like, okay, right? You know, that's it. It just gets Allen in a groove. It gets the offense going. It just seems like it gets everybody settled in, and then you can start if you really want to start winging them in the, you know, as the game goes on. But that's what I want.
I like this comment from Scott Blakely. He comes in and says, you know, does Cincinnati truly scheme up their defense with disguises to the level the media proclaims? They run a lot of cover 3. They run some cover 3, some single high. They don't do a whole lot of man. The difference with Miami's defense is they ran man with a spy, cover 0. And they played the you know, the spy and the contain. They weren't looking to truly sack unless they were blitzing. They were looking to contain and collapse. And they had their corners running man to man.
Damn, I am sorry. I'm missing all these chats.
Yeah,
Are you getting these chats?
Yes,
okay.
I'm getting them. I'm putting them on there. We haven't touched on all of them, but we touched on a lot of them.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys.
It's okay. I got it. Ultimately, the Cincy's secondary isn't as good as Miami's secondary.
No.
Where Cincinnati's really good is on that D line. You know, because you have Hubbard and that crew, Reader in the middle. You know, so if our O-line can contain and give Josh a little bit of time,
right,
he's gonna have a lot of success. Like when we run, we need to run out of shotgun. You know what I mean? Spread formations. Get them out, because then you see Reader leave the game more often in those pass sets. You know, he's more of a jumbo guy, and that's where he does most of his damage. So I want to see more of that stuff. They run a lot of. You'll see some single high safety. You'll see some cover 3, some cover 4, some Tampa 2. They mix it up.
Yeah, I tell you though, they get beat deep though.
They do.
Baltimore
because the corners aren't that great.
Yeah.
They have a rookie. They have a rookie at one, and then they have Eli Apple at the other.
Yeah. Yep.
You know,
and Eli Apple is he's in the middle. He's okay. He's their best corner, but I don't think he's anything.
Eli Apple
is average. He's average to me.
Is a Levi Wallace to me.
Right. He's an average corner. I don't think he's terrible. You know, but I think he's average. I think he's their best.
In the right scheme, he'll give you average play, but he's your CB1.
Right. That tells you, like, Diggs should eat. Gabe Davis should eat.
Well, what
games
they
like
do,
these guys should eat.
So a lot of wide receiver ones don't eat against Cincinnati because Lou Manarello, their defensive coordinator, does a really good job of scheming up with their safeties to run, coverage over the top.
Right, but here's the problem though. If Gabe Davis comes through, right, like we expect, then you have a problem.
Yeah.
Right. And that's where I think the difference between the Bengals game and the Dolphins game is huge, because the Dolphins got away with that because the Dolphins have really good corners. Even for as much as Xavier Howard isn't as best this year, he's still way better.
Yeah, but
anything
that undrafted corner or late round pick corner was really good. Kaleo.
Yeah.
He's really good in that defense.
Yes. So this is a way different game, Mikey. Way different game.
Yeah.
If Gabe Davis and the rest of the crew get going, Cole Beasley, but especially Gabe, I really do believe then they have a big issue, and I think Diggs will eat. You know, I think
he's going to eat too, because even the best defenses can't stop to take Diggs completely out of the game plan.
Yeah, he's good.
I want to go to Spen's comment here. He says since he has better safeties than Miami, I don't agree with that, because I think Holland is as good as Jesse Bates.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they might have a better second safety than Miami, but that's because Miami's second safety was hurt. So I don't think they have nearly as good a secondary as Miami does. I think Holland and Bates are on the same level. Holland's a really good player.
He is.
Javon Holland
really
from Miami.
Is.
He really is.
He is.
And Jesse Bates is probably a better box safety than he is a roaming safety.
By the way, did you get to the news, by the way? Because they fired their coordinator. Did you get to any news?
No, we haven't even done news yet.
Oh, okay.
Who fired
well,
their
they fired, real quick, they did fire their defensive coordinator. The
Miami did?
Yeah.
They fired Josh Boyer?
Yes.
Whoa.
Yeah.
He's the reason he kept them in the game last week.
I was surprised too. I asked Captain D,
Wow.
and Captain D, he liked it. I said, okay. I mean, I don't listen. Okay. I'm not a Dolphin guy. I don't follow that team. But I thought his scheme was good against us.
I love this.
Yeah.
Beth, I told my students if they're at the game and I see them when I watch the camera pans, they get extra credit. Now that's a good teacher right there.
There you go.
I like that. All right.
But yeah, fire him, Mikey.
Yeah, wow.
And I thought, listen, here's the thing though. I think maybe he was a little too aggressive this season, and that's what happened.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think he was a little too aggressive. There comes a time where you have to pull the Leslie Frazier, and you just have to play.
Sometimes I wish we could have Leslie Frazier and that guy have a baby and give him somewhere in the middle.
Right, dude. Because Leslie Frazier's, I've never seen us super aggressive, bro. We're aggressive,
even though we were more aggressive last week than we have been in a while.
And we should have been.
We got up a lot of blitzes last week.
We should have been. We should have been. There was no excuse not to be like that.
We'll get there, Dwight. We're gonna get to our D line. We're gonna get there.
Yeah.
Is McKenzie playing? Yes. Chewy will get there as well to the injury reports.
He is.
I don't know if he's gonna be active, because they have to make a decision now. He is no longer on the injury report. He will be.
I think he will be. I think he'll play.
Oh, so do I. I have a feeling he's gonna get more reps than both Beasley and Shakir.
That'll be a mistake. That'll be a mistake.
It's gonna piss me off.
That will be a mistake unless he does one of those games. Yeah, like the Patriot game, and I'll say, hey, what a great call. What do we know? But yeah, I agree with you, Mikey.
Yeah. Okay, so here we go. I predict we sign both Edmonds and Poyer. Whoa.
Did you, by the way, you saw you saw Poyer talk about this probably could be his last game.
Home game. It
could be. God dang, man. I hope not, man. Damn it, Mikey. You said it. I thought they were. I thought they were going to get it.
Listen,
done, man.
I told you I didn't think they would. I told you I didn't think they would get it done in the season.
I thought they would.
I told you I didn't think they would.
Yeah.
Bean has a number that he's comfortable with.
I know. Yeah, he's
and at the end of the year, Poyer will go out and see what he can get on the open market.
Yeah.
And
man.
And Bean will say, "We love you. Go get your bag of money."
And
we're here.
Yeah. And Bill's Mafia will always love him, regardless he leaves or not. Like,
Poyer's one of those. Yeah. Poyer, Hyde. Came in with McDermott in 2017 and helped change our fortune.
Yeah.
Poyer will be Bill's Mafia for life.
Yeah.
Just like Ryan Fitzmagic and Freddie Jackson and all those guys.
Oh, yeah.
Mold.
It sucks.
He will be a legend forever.
Yeah. It sucks losing player. Like, I hate when especially when you like lose players, Mikey, like you really like, dating way back, like when Eric Moles left and when Lee Evans left, like, they eventually leave, man. Like, very rare does a player actually finish his career with one team. Even Thurman Thomas went to the damn Dolphins.
Okay. All right, so let's talk about this real quick, because I like this comment that Treg makes. He says, if he does leave, like I said, Jesse Bates would be the guy to replace him. Here's the problem. Jesse Bates is about to get broke off. If we don't have the money to pay Poyer, we're not going to pay Jesse Bates. Here's how I foresee it as of today. I think DeMar Hamlin's going to be back next year.
Oh, yeah.
I think he's going to be healthy enough. He's going to be back.
I would be surprised if
I think it's going to be Micah Hyde and DeMar Hamlin as our two safeties next year.
Correct.
I think they're going to also change Benford to be able to replace Micah Hyde after next year, and then it'll be Benford and Hamlin.
Yeah,
or they'll draft someone to hedge their bets.
Yeah.
But from the get go when we drafted Bernard, Benford, they've said from the very beginning that safety is probably his ultimate position. Just like Micah Hyde's was, just like Jordan Poyer was. They both came out as corners, and now they're safety.
Yep. They both switched over.
I think that's kind of where they're going to lean, because here's the thing: we're now starting to get into where we have to pay a lot of these super young guys.
Don't forget, you still got Marlowe too, who could stay on
who has been freaking awesome.
Yeah,
which makes me super mad he wasn't playing when he first came over, because the dude's awesome.
Yeah,
makes me so mad he wasn't playing.
Yeah, good player.
Yeah. So when we look at it, we have a lot of money in Diggs, we have a lot of money in Dawson Knox, we have a lot of money in Josh Allen, we have a lot of money in Dawkins, and as we go through this, we still have a lot of money in on our defensive line. Oliver's getting ready to come up for getting paid. Edmonds is going to get paid. It's going to be a lot of money. We have a lot of money in Milano, White, Hyde. So at some point, we have to start getting cheaper labor. Like, I get that everyone just assumes that the salary cap is a myth, but it's not.
Don't forget about Vaughn.
Yeah, Vaughn. We have a ton of money tied up in Vaughn. Now, I've looked at the salary cap. I've listened to Greg Thompson talk about the salary cap a ton. And there is a lot of levers that we can pull to free up money. If we truly wanted to push and kick the can down the road, we could free up enough money to have both Poyer and Edmonds. But we may lose Oliver after if we do that. So it's going to come down to, like, who are they going to pay for a 32-year-old safety, or are they going to pay for a 25-year-old defensive lineman? Now, this is where it comes in. Do you pay the defensive lineman who plays 60% of the snaps, or do you pay the 32-year-old safety who plays 100% of the snaps?
It's tricky, man. It's tricky. I have no idea what they're going to do. I have no idea, man. But I know it's a business, Mikey, and it sucks, man. It sucks to lose players, but it is what it is, man. Like, like he's doing it for the team ultimately. We're all going to be upset because I still think Poyer has a good 2-3 seasons left.
Oh, so do I.
But I don't know if it's
high.
I don't know if they can fit it in their budget. That's the problem.
No. And I want to take this question Beth has. Hyde is a free safety. Hyde is a roamer. Hamlin, when he came in and he replaced Hyde, they switched roles. Jordan Poyer started playing the roamer, and Hamlin was the hammer.
Right.
So they are actually play different positions. Hyde is actually more of the free safety roamer guy. That Hamlin didn't even play that when he came in. He played more of the in the box safety, and they had Poyer go play the. That's what's so great about Poyer and Hyde. They can both play both. So on their disguised coverage, you never know who's what.
Right.
So that's another thing that will be nice if we do get Benford back there. Benford can play the run, but he's also a cover guy.
Right.
So they're more traditional this way, to where Poyer and Hyde were the best duo in the league because they can interchange.
Yep.
Yes, I'm with you, Scott. O-line all day. If we take 7 straight O-linemen in the draft, I will not be mad.
I've been screaming that forever, bro. I still don't know. If they'll do it. I don't get it. I mean, to me, stack them, man. Stack them, because listen. O-line, you see how a season goes. They get banged up easily. And you got to have depth. So I don't even care if one of these O-line that we pick up in the 3rd round is just a depth guy. That's fine with me, but you got to have it. Like, this is the problem. What happened this season? We ran out of depth, and and once again, guys getting hurt. Flipping them all around different positions. You got it, man. I am all for 1st round offensive linemen. I don't care where you get them. You got to stack up, man. You have to. You're not going to get them in a free agency. You got no money. And they're very tough to get in free agency.
They don't let them out the door because there's not very many good offensive linemen.
Rarely
go
get them in the draft. And it's not going to be a sexy pick, but you know what? You're going to love them when they're protecting Josh Allen. They're
like I said, I'm good. If we draft 7 straight offensive linemen, draft every position, center, bunch of guards, couple tackles. I am good.
I'm all good with it.
Yep. Scott Blakely comes in and says Poyer won't ask for much in my opinion. Poyer's already come out and said that he's not taking a discount anymore. He's already done that. That he knows this is his last payday. He wants to get paid. He wants the league. He wants top 5 money. I don't know. I don't think he wants to be the top paid.
He won't get that though, but I think he'll get up there. I just don't know.
I think he'll get top 7.
I think Bean has I think he has like a
number.
Yeah, and I don't know.
I'm not trying to be. Was I a Debbie Downer on that rant? Was I being a Debbie Downer on that rant? I just, I'm sorry. I'm just telling you how I see Bean working this thing. Listen, if we can find a way to pay all of them and keep right? I'm like, wow, okay. Yeah, and Beth comes in and says, having Vaughn on or off the field has been worth it. He's been worth every freaking penny.
Yeah, man.
I'm with you, Scott. I don't think he'll get top 5 money either, but it doesn't mean he can't ask for it. And he doesn't know his market yet, so that's why they haven't come to an agreement yet. Bean probably has a number for him.
Yeah, he won't get top 5. He'll get top 10. No doubt. He'll get around there.
Do you think that? 7. Because if you go back and look, Tyrann Mathieu didn't get it.
I get it, but
he's younger than Poyer.
I don't think he'll get top 5. I just don't. I don't. I
don't know if he gets top 10.
I think of his age and his injuries this year, with his elbow. You know what I mean? They're going to factor all that in.
His knee, his elbow.
They're not. I don't see. And if he gets signed somewhere else, I don't see it like crazy long contract. I see it like 3 seasons.
Yes, thank you, Beth. It's not being a Debbie Downer; it's being a realist.
Yeah,
different. Me and Tommy have been battling on this all year. Tommy thought they were going to sign him, and I just didn't see it.
I did. I thought they would get a deal done. I mean, they've gotten deals done. When I said I told you they got the Allen deal done, and nobody was like, no.
Everyone knew they were going to get the Allen deal done.
No, there was a lot of people that said no, they weren't going to get it done.
Well, those people weren't paying attention.
Yeah,
I was surprised with the Knox deal. I didn't think we'd get the Knox deal done.
I was too.
And as much as we paid him, surprised the crap out of me.
Big money. Yeah, I was surprised because I was like, we're out of money. It was like, here we go.
It's not just TV money that kicks in. It's also gambling money that kicks in. Like they haven't even calculated that much yet for the gambling money that's going to kick in.
And we'll see, man. When that time comes, right now, man, we're focused on one thing. Players are focused on one thing. However, I do want to bring one thing up.
Sure.
I hate the fact that the NFL allows teams to interview coaches in the playoffs. I get it because it's an opportunity for this guy, opportunity for whoever. But it's come on, you tell me it's not a distraction somewhat. You got to stop doing that. Like I think the NFL has to either push it back in general, like you know what I mean, like then to push back all the hirings till the end of the Super Bowl, where everybody gets a fair opportunity. Then you don't need to do it. Like, why does hiring have to be right now? Like in general, why can't it wait at least 3 weeks? You know what I mean? After the Super Bowl, then boom, right? Just like free agency.
Because here's where the problem lies.
Started.
Here's where the problem lies. Is right after the Super Bowl, there's 1 week before the combine kicks in.
I get it, but damn, bro, they got to figure something.
And the owners refuse to go into that. They won't
push it back. I know they got to figure it out though. Because it can't. I just don't like it, man. I don't know. I
don't like it either. But you know what? It's been going like this for years and years and years.
I know. I hate it.
And we never had that problem because we weren't any good. So no one wanted our coaches.
I'm good with that guy. By the way, Leslie Frazier getting 0.
Yes. You want to do it? Start the Chuckles. This is great. start the interview process in the week the
See,
Pro Bowl
I'm good
week,
with that. Yeah, the Pro Bowl. Yeah, that's what I mean. You can push it back a little bit.
you
You know what I
know,
mean? You have to do it like second round of the playoff. Like, what are you doing
No.
there?
right? And especially the day before a game. I don't like that he's doing it on
Right.
Saturday and we have a
That's
game on Sunday.
crazy, bro. Like, and I'm sure.
Do
Listen,
it after the
yeah.
game Sunday.
I'm sure it's not totally distraction, but still, though.
Or that Monday. Do it that Monday after the Sunday game, as everyone has the day off anyways.
Right.
So
is it that important 2 days? You gotta have to have them on Saturday. Can't do it the day after the game.
Oh, that's a good one, Triggs. This is where I'm afraid that Dorsey's going to try to overdo it and play calling to make himself look good.
Hey, go ahead. Overdo it, man. Fucking bust out that playbook.
Team Tommy, offense.
I don't
Team Mikey equals defense.
I don't mind.
People tend to like it when we're on different sides of the fence, Tommy.
I have listen, by the way, I have no problem if Dorsey's like trying to show off. As long as it works out. You know what I mean? If he busts out that playbook, he wants to look like he's a genius and it works out, I have no problem with it. Ooh. Even if he leaves, I have no problem with it. But win a Super Bowl. You know what I mean?
I like this comment from. I have mixed emotions on this, Scott. He hated when the ref raced towards Bosa in that Charger game and just provoked him and then threw the penalty.
I saw that.
I think Bosa said something and he said something nasty. And the ref's like, "What'd you say to me?" and went up to him. Like, did I hear that right? And he said, "Yep, you heard that right." And then he threw the flag.
Yeah, there was no way that guy just.
But we've also watched a ref back into somebody and then throw the flag.
Yeah, that was ridiculous. But he definitely said something like
he said more than something. He said multiple somethings.
Yeah. He definitely.
But listen, the guy was false starting every play, and he was holding him every play, and
it was bad. It was that, and I saw it live when that happened. I'm like, wow, he jumped. He big time jumped early.
And it took him until the very end to finally lose his cool on it. But they've been doing it all game long.
He's a hothead, though. He is a hothead.
Joey? Oh, God, yes. I think Dorsey is too green behind the ears still to take on a head coach position. And he may be, but, you know, we watched that happen with the Miami or the Minnesota's head coach. He was a 1-year offensive coordinator. Yeah. You're watching people who offensive coordinators get jobs who don't even call plays.
They want the young guys too, man.
They want the young offensive-minded guy.
Yep.
And listen, Dorsey has a offense that ranked number 2 in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
He's an ex-player. He has some
smart,
some experience in front office as well, along with building a young quarterback up with Josh Allen and Cam Newton. So he has a lot of the things that the owners are looking for. So I could absolutely see him, you know, getting the call. I don't think it'll happen.
Yeah, and he's been in the NFL coaching circuit for a while. It's not like he just got lucky and he got a coordinator gig. Like, he's been a quarterback coach quite a bit. Yeah.
And he had a rookie Cam Newton and took him to an MVP season. Then he had a second year Josh Allen and helped him become what he is today.
Right.
And then he got handed the keys to an offense. And actually, we have a better offense by the numbers than we had last year.
Right. So I get it. You know what I mean? I don't want him to go. I don't. But if he does, I just really hope that whoever they pick up, like, doesn't try to change Allen. That's all. I hope Allen's involved like he was with Dorsey. You know what I mean? Whoever, you know.
I'll be interested to see who they bring in if
I would love Reich. Like, if Dorsey leaves, Reich's my dude. Like, that's like, do whatever
I think Joe Brady's gonna be involved.
I have a feeling too, yeah.
You know,
but Reich would be the guy. He would be the answer.
But he doesn't run this system. That's the thing.
I get it, but I think he would. But I also think he would understand what Josh likes. I think he would be, you know.
God, I'd love to see Frank Reich work with him. Could you imagine us running a Kansas City style offense? Because that's what Frank Reich runs.
Right, I know. It would. I'm telling you, it fixed that offensive line. You know, man, it'd be wonderful. But I still want Dorsey to be there.
I'm with you. Like, listen, I want Dorsey to come back too, because I think the more he's in there, I think he's going to get a head coaching job in the next 2 to 3 years.
I do too.
But I'd like to keep him for 2 to 3 years if we can, because he keeps that continuity.
He needs to. If I'm Dorsey, I'm just being
depends
honest.
on who's offering the job.
Yeah, but if I'm him, I am definitely trying to get better at my craft, because he is still raw. He is still a new, at this.
That's
I think,
cold.
yeah, I think he needs to. I think he needs to stay at least another season
I would like to
get
see
a
that.
little more experience. But
So
yeah,
let's
hey,
give the Bronx.
ultimately,
If you're offered one of the 32 jobs, you take it.
yeah, I get it.
Scott, this was wrong. Dorsey too young and Frazier interviews only last 13 seconds.
Oh, stop. Frazier, hey, you're gonna miss Frazier when he's gone. Even though we have our battles with him,
he's such a calming influence. He's such a calming. He's a leader of men. Listen. I don't want him to go, but I want him to get a head coaching job. He deserves.
Yeah, me too.
It.
Exactly.
I don't want him to leave, but God, does he deserve another chance?
He was so calm last week, though. Every time they pan over to him on camera,
he's just calm.
He's just
he keeps McDermott calm.
He's like this. It's like it's gonna be fourth and fourth down. He's just like he has no now. McDermott's over there going
like a red face.
Yeah, he's freaking out. But Frazier's just like. I mean, he's calm as a cucumber, man.
I do. I think he also keeps McDermott calm.
Yeah,
I really do.
McDermott, man.
God. McDermott loses his crap on those 3rd and 15s that we keep giving up. Frazier's just steady Eddie all the way through, all the time.
He really is.
He stays in the zone. Yes, Dwight. Frazier stays in the zone.
He is,
man. All the time.
He's just he has no highs, and he doesn't really have a low. You notice that too?
I don't know if it is. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it is the formula because sometimes I think his defense is too calm. I need them to be a little more aggressive.
Yeah, I would love that too, but that's just the way he is.
Oh yeah. Okay. We can briefly talk about these timeouts. Oh, it's easy to play, Monday morning quarterback after it happens. He saw that, especially on the 4th down one. Then they went back and kicked it. Trey White was beat on that play. The ball was overthrown. So it was actually a smart timeout. Because if he would have connected with him, that would have been a walk-in touchdown and would have been timeout, and everyone would have said, "Oh, what a great timeout." We're playing the results. The other one, I don't understand the timeout with the play clock running out on them. He said ultimately he just wanted to make sure we were lined up. He got to look at what they were doing and he wanted to get into a better alignment. It was a fantastic play that led to an incomplete pass by Kair on Gesicki, but hey. Listen, I was mad at the timeouts on after the game too, but then after I listened to him explain why he did what he did, I'm like, yeah. And then I think it was Chris Sims I was talking about, and he's like, listen, people are playing the results. Like they're mad about these timeouts, but really that's the smart play call from a head coach. I'm like, yeah, okay. I can get behind that logic.
Yeah.
McDermott better not be triggered.
Yeah, he does. I still think he gets a little flustered at times.
He does.
Yeah, I
still don't like his in-game management all the time.
Right.
But Tron Johnson's our best DB this year after Poyer. I think Tron Johnson's our best DB this year, even with Poyer.
Yeah. Well, that goes to show you, by the way, Scott, why
he's been the most consistent.
Yeah, that goes to show you why they signed him when they did. And everyone's like, wow, it's weird. Remember when they signed him mid-season last year, I believe it was?
Mm-hmm.
This is why. Because they understood that Teron Johnson is one of the better slot corners in the league and a really good, consistent corner. They had to lock him up. That was smart by Brandon Beane. Lock him up early.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have any issues. And now Teron's going to be with us for a little while. So that was smart. And I was like, huh? Like when he initially did it, I was surprised. I think a lot of people were caught off guard,
especially as much as we paid him.
Right, but now you kind of understand why. Like now
they saw the growth. They saw the growth.
Right.
They saw in practice what he was going to become. We were still like when they signed him, we're like, he was just benched last year for Cam Lewis, and then Cam got hurt and he came in and he had a great rest of the season. But why are we locking him up before he becomes? Let's see more of it. But Beth Compton says more aggressive. Let's watch that Edmonds hit again. And for every one of those Edmonds hits, you have the Dane Jackson third and 20, and he's 30 yards downfield, and Tyreek catches the ball at 15 and runs another 7 yards, 8 yards.
More aggressive isn't about hit. Like, listen,
Hitting.
we late. Like Matt Milano's, we know
zones.
We probably got the best hit of the season from Matt Milano and Ed Oliver on Mike White. Like, if you really want to go back on the best hits of the season, I would say the Milano hit, and I'm not being a homer on this, probably
that
was
Milano
the best hit.
That might be one of the best hits I've ever seen.
You're right. So
like it was
hits are different, but aggressiveness, aggressiveness, that's where sometimes we tend to not be so much. And that's
usually on third and long.
Yeah. You gotta listen, you cannot play a soft zone and not only play a soft zone and then not put any pressure on the quarterback at the same time. Like it's doomed for disaster. I don't care what quarterback. You saw even 7th round Skylar Thompson with enough time can find his receiver if you play a soft zone.
Downfield.
Yeah. So there's times where you need to be aggressive, and I feel like we pick the worst time sometimes to be aggressive.
So let's get back to Tron real quick. Says Chuckleson says Tron is cheap also. He's cheap now. He's making $7 million a year now. But when that's because people have been broke off since. That's like Josh Allen. Technically, he's cheap now.
It's cheap now. Right. Exactly. Matt Milano, super cheap.
Yeah. Patrick Mahomes, super cheap now, but they were the top quarterbacks a couple,
That's how it is, guys. So, by the way, that will always be. And that's why people want to extend. Yeah, that's why Stephon Diggs wanted his restructures contract. By the way,
yeah.
Because once he realized, he was like, "Whoa, wait a minute."
And you know what? Stephon didn't ask for top dollar, and in about a year or two, he's gonna be cheap.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, Milano broke Mike White and the Jets. Literally, they broke them both.
Right.
Oh God, it'd be awesome. All right, so we haven't even gotten to the next segment yet, Tommy. We're an hour in, let me pop this on. Let's go through let's quickly go through the injury report. So for the Bengals, Alex Kappa and Jonah Williams. So they have 3 starting offensive linemen out. They have their left tackle, the right tackle, and one of their guards all out this week. Doubtful is their other corner, Trey Flowers. Their corners are dropping like flies. They're already playing without their top corner. Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see how. I think Trey is their slot corner. If I think about that correctly. So losing him could be a big deal. So then who will play is Eli Apple, dealing with the neck, another one of their starting outside corners. Osai, shoulder, and safety Michael Thomas, hamstring, all going to play. Okay. For the Bills, out, nobody. Questionable, Daquan Jones calf and Jordan Phillips shoulder. Both were limited this week, but both are trending to play. And then will play Allen, Poyer, Lewis, and McKenzie.
All right.
So when we look at it across the board, we're about as healthy as we've been all year. We still have no Micah Hyde. We still have no Von Miller, but everyone else is pretty good. And we're going against 3 backup offensive linemen. So this could be a game where our offensive line gets a chance to eat. It's gonna be quick passes for them. They're not gonna be holding the ball.
The D line, I think Ed Oliver. If there's gonna game, but I also think Ed Oliver. If there's a game where Ed Oliver has a big game, this could be the game where Ed Oliver has a sack or 2. He's a pro. I'm telling you. And they're going against a banged up O-line. Ed Oliver is a beast, bro. Ed Oliver's had a good season. I can see Groot get in, but I really see that middle penetration there with Ed Oliver getting through to Burrow. I really do, because I see Rousseau getting to the outside, collapsing, and that's where I see Burrow stepping up and Oliver making getting home. So look out for Oliver to have a good game. I really believe Oliver will have a couple sacks.
Settle. I think Boogie Basham was coming on last week against Armstead.
100%,
I think this is going to be a Groot and Oliver game.
Yeah.
You know who else you might see Because Jackson Carman is more of a power, and he struggles with who's their left tackle, struggles with the speed guys. I can see AJ Epinesa coming through this game because he's more of a speed guy now than a power guy.
Yeah.
So I'd like
Burrow's
to see that.
Burrow can take off, but he is not. He's more of a pocket passer.
Yeah,
but
he manipulates the pocket, moves around to make throws. He doesn't look to run.
Exactly. Now he will once in a while, but he's not the guy that you need to really stress about taking off like a Mahomes. So that's why I think we'll get home more.
He's a really good pocket manipulator, though. He moves around and doesn't.
No, he does. He does. But if you collapse
really
it well, which and with their O-line being banged up the way it is, and they weren't that good to begin with. Now they got 2 guys, starters out. He's really going to have to get rid of the ball quick because I believe that pocket's going to get collapsed quick. There's nowhere going to be run. He can't run anywhere. That's kind of like what's been happening to Allen this year, right? Like the pocket collapses on him, and normally, like we were saying, Allen can get out of it, go.
But they're playing the contain, so he can't do that,
right? But with that offensive line for the Bengals, and Burrow's not an Allen where he can escape and make this big, that's not his style. That's where I feel like our D line should win this game, the battle. I would be shocked if their O line holds steady in this game.
Bengals are coming in overconfident. That isn't always the best mindset. Listen, they're just like they're a confident team. And as they should be, they're on a 9-game win streak.
Yep.
They're the defending AFC champions.
Yep.
To be the champ, you got to beat the champ, in the famous words of Ric Flair.
That's right.
So, we'll see how this goes.
That's right.
The Bengals have struggled with mobile QBs. They have, because their DNs like to sack and get upfield, and they leave openings. So unless they play a contained defense, the Josh is going to have openings to take off and go.
I mean, look at our first drive. It was smooth up until that 3rd down.
Yeah.
Up until that 3rd and short where he just missed it.
That stupid out route. I hate that.
Yeah.
Freaking call so
much. But I mean, other than that, it was a smooth drive.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see how, let them come in overconfident. As Josh always says, we do our talking on the field.
That's right.
Let them talk. Let them talk all week. We'll do our talking on the field. This game's in our house. They got to deal with the Mafia.
That's right. 3:00.
Ooh.
They gotta deal with.
I don't want my weekend to be over so quick, but God, I'm just juiced for this game.
They gotta deal with Chewy Baca.
Chewy gonna be in the house making noise.
They gotta deal with Chewy and DJ Stone.
Yeah. Listen, they got, and it's going to be snowing. The flurries, there's going to be flurries of snow. Not a ton of wind, but it's going to be a little bit of snow. The Bills, it's going to be a Bills type of game. Let's get in there. Listen,
bring it on.
Get in there and beat them up.
I'm confident.
Be the bully. Be the bully.
I'm confident.
I feel. Listen, I don't go into this thinking, oh man, we might lose. I said it early. This was the game I had circled all year that I wanted to play them because I think we're a better team than they are.
You better put that Beth comment up because that's my boy. It's my favorite player.
Oh yeah, Mold is the legend of the game.
That's right. Eric, right there. Eric Molds, man. Eric Molds, my favorite player, underrated receiver. By the way, he predicted 38-21. Eric Molds. Eric Molds.
Yes, I can see that. Of course. I can see that.
I got a very similar score, by the way, but
I got him scoring a little bit more, but I still have
some 30s. Mikey, I like it.
I'm in the 30s. I have the Bengals scoring a little bit more, but I always give the other offense too much credit. I never give our defense enough credit.
You do.
I do. It is one of those things. Yeah. So okay. So let's get into it, Tommy. It's keys to the game.
All right.
I got 5 today. Stop the run. They are 25th in the league in rushing. Do not let them run the ball with 3 backup offensive linemen.
Yeah, please.
Our defensive line needs to come to play.
Right.
Number 2, be aggressive defensively.
Yep.
Get up and disrupt T. Higgins and Jamar Chase and Boyd like we did with Tyreek and Waddle. Get up and throw them off their routes. They're a timing-based passing offense. Mess up that time. Continue the red zone success. This is offense and defense. Last week, we gave up a ton of field goals when they got down there and we set them up in bad position. Continue to hold them to field goals. We went 3 out of 4 last week in the red zone. Continue to score touchdowns. Continue that red zone success. Get the running backs involved in the passing game. We had zero targets to running backs last week. Cook and Singletary are fantastic outlet options that are quick for picking up 4, 5, 6, 7 yards to get us first down or on first down.
We got a Bengals fan in here.
Good.
Welcome to the Mafia Sports Report. We appreciate you popping in. We're getting to the keys.
I like this one, Beth. Get in Burrow's face. I like it.
Bad.
I like it. Get in Burrow's face. Eliminate the, get physical with them. Because here's another thing. You have to make sure tackling. It's part of being aggressive. You have to tackle. The Bills are horrible at tackling. You let Jamar Chase get out in the open. That guy is like Deebo Samuel. He will break tackles and take it to the house. Be fundamental in your tackling.
I like the response here by Beth. We day.
Yeah. Who day? We day. Chewy, I love it. Seek and destroy on D, exploit the secondary on O. I like it. I like it a lot. And then my last one, limit the turnovers.
Yeah.
So over the last 3 games,
please.
We've had 3 multi-turnover games. It hasn't always been Josh because Singletary fumbled, Gabe has fumbled. Limit the turnovers. Because you know how we could lose this game? By turning the ball over.
That's right.
Because you know how Cincinnati won last year? Their defense created a bunch of turnovers. Now they won last week on the goal line. Their 5'10" quarterback tried to jump over the pile 2 yards away.
By the way, he's no longer the OC over there. You know that, right?
Oh, they got rid of him too. I don't see Lamar coming back either.
I don't either. That's crazy over there, man. Whatever's going on in Baltimore, I feel bad for y'all. So if I had to add one more, though, to that, which is great, I agree with everything on there. Time of possession, I think is crucial in this game as well. You want it.
I think that deep play, 52-yard bombs, the quick scores.
Correct. I think you want to keep. I think you want to keep the Bengals off the field as much as you can. I don't want them dragging on quarters by long drives and beating us in time possession, because that will be a problem. If they're going there picking us apart while we're playing soft zone and they're marching down the field and chewing up 8 minutes, 9 minutes.
Like they were doing on that Monday night game.
It's going to be a problem. It's going to be a long game. I'm going to tell you right now, like, we're going to have to respond every single time, and it could come down to the wire. I don't want that. So the defense needs to play a little stickier, get them off the field. And I think, the Bills offense also, baby. I think the offense kind of needs to take a little sample of the Bengals offense and have those long drives as well. Do what the Bengals did against us the first time, in that first quarter. Kind of just milk the clock, long drive, score touchdown, and get them off 3 and out quick, And by the way, too, I want to say this too, one more too, if I have to do keys of the game. If we take a lead, keep the pedal to the metal. Let's limit the turnovers, the mistakes, the drops, and let's keep going, because 17-0 in the NFL, you see what that means. Nothing. You could be up 27-0 and lose. So you can't play. You got to keep going on. You got to keep pressing and close the show, right? You got to close the show. And I feel like that's, and I tweeted that a long time ago. The Bills, for some reason, we have a tough time closing games out. Like, we'll win, but we make it much more closer than what it should have been. We were up 17-0, right? We go down, we score a touchdown, the game's over at one point. You know what I mean? Like, but instead we kick a field goal, right? And then we kick the ball out of bounds.
What happens when you drop a freaking touchdown pass?
Yeah, and then, but you can see how a game can get out of hand quickly like that.
Yeah.
So you got to keep the pedal to the metal, mistake-free football as much as you can.
If we get the lead, do what we haven't done. You want to know how Minnesota came back on us? We didn't run the ball.
That's right.
We didn't work the clock.
Time of possession.
We just kept trying to throw bombs.
We weren't doing long. Yeah, we weren't doing long drives that were just
snapping it at like 17, 18, 19 seconds.
That's right.
Take time off the clock. It's okay. The clock's your friend when you have a lead.
Work the field, man. Yeah.
We got another Bengals fan in here. Another Bengals fan here. Cool. We're confident and pissed off, defending the AFC champions. We're coming into Buffalo. We're going to come out with a win. Okay. Good luck.
Yeah. Hey, I appreciate you coming on. And by the way,
as a Bengals fan, you should feel that way. Your team is awesome.
Yeah, and Gregory, by the way, I have Wednesday nights Rally Towel Sports. They're actually Bengals fans on my channel, and they have a podcast. So just a heads up, we have no beef, Bengals and Bills fans.
Listen,
we have a good connection.
So we're not long-suffering fan bases.
Yeah. So just a heads up, like at least, and I know Mikey, I could speak for him. Mm-hmm. We don't talk trash on here. I am not a trash talker in general, even if you go on my Twitter, whatever. I just am here to
the Vikings fans.
Yeah, unless but even that I don't. But I am just here to we just are here to predict the game and give us a preview, right?
Yeah.
I wanted to, but I'm not here bashing Bengals.
No,
like that. I'm just giving you my opinion.
Should we listen?
Yeah,
the Bengals are a fantastic team.
Yeah,
you know, it's going to be a dogfight. I'm just outlining how I can see the Bills winning. If we turn the ball over, I don't see them winning.
Exactly.
But hey, if we play a clean game, if you guys beat us in a clean game, more power to you.
Yeah,
listen.
I always tip the cap to.
Yeah,
listen. It is what it is, and that's why I said that last week. Sometimes you got to give the other team the tip of the cap, man. You know what I mean? Because it's not always what the offense did wrong. Sometimes it's what the defense did right.
Yep.
And you know, I thought last week, you know, it wasn't all so much what we did wrong. The Dolphins defense was better than what a lot of people think they are. And I thought they brung it. They had a good game plan. And sometimes you got to just tip the cap. Did we make some mistakes? Sure. But did they make some really good plays? Of course. You know, you can't always just say the offense made a mistake. Like the defense, that they get paid to take the ball away, to make plays. That's what they do. So I always had to tip the cap for the most part, unless it's the Minnesota game where we hike the ball and just fumble.
Yeah. Like let's go on the Cincinnati side, since we have some Cincy fans in here.
Yeah.
Last week, your defense made the play that changed the game.
100%.
Was it
14-point swing?
Was it a dumb play by that quarterback? Absolutely. But you know what?
Or was it a smart play by the defender to punch the ball out?
Yeah, Logan Wilson punched it out. It went right to Sam Hubbard, who
That's right.
Rumbled.
By the way, took it all the way.
Rumbled into the end zone. You know, sometimes you got to force turnovers.
And that was huge, by the way. That was a 14-point swing. And who knows, that could have been the game.
It killed the Ravens' motivation.
Absolutely.
You know, they thought they had it pretty much won.
Yeah.
And their backup quarterback fumbled. Hey, more power to the Bengals. Listen, at the end of the day, if for some reason the Bengals come out and win this, I'm going to root for them. Listen, they're a first-class organization. They're a classy organization. What they did for the Bills after the whole DeMar thing gave me a new respect. I love Joe Burrow.
Yep.
I think Jamar Chase is probably top 5 receiver in this league.
100%.
You know,
100%.
So I like
Higgins
them.
Is a beast.
So I will throw my support behind them if for some reason we don't win this.
Yep.
But I still feel like we're going to win this. And when we do, I know a lot of Bengals fans will throw their support behind the Bills. Listen, this is going to be a fun game. There is no animosity because we all agree and nobody wants to see Kansas City win shit anymore. And
this is a game where like two powerhouses are going at each other, right? You can't say like we're not on here as no offense to the Jaguars, but we're not on here as Jaguar. Like if I was a Jaguar fan right now, hypothetically, I'll be honest with you guys. If I was a Jaguar podcaster, I would not say my Jaguars are going to beat the Chiefs. I'm being totally real with you guys. I would come on here and I would say the Chiefs are probably going to win and they're probably going to beat our asses, and that's the truth. And I'm being real. But this game, I think the Buffalo Bills are a team to be reckoned with. And I'm not saying the Cincinnati Bengals aren't either. They have a hell of a record. But I just feel a certain way about my team being at home. There's a lot of, and also the Cincinnati Bengals, the offensive line has struggled this season, and now you have 2 guys that are missing. That's why I'm leaning towards the Bills more and more and more. And that's why I think the Bills will win. It's not because I'm just a homer and I'm on here like, so I'm a realist. Doesn't mean I'm right. I don't know. The game hasn't played.
That's why they play the games, right? So Gregory comes in and says, as the game plays on, the pressure of expectations will go through the crowd than the Bills. Respect from Cincy for the Bills, similar cities and team history. No shade from me, just good nature smack talk.
Yeah,
and Beth is absolutely right. You're good. You're always welcome here. That's the thing about Friday Night Lights and Mafia
Sports Report. Yep.
You are welcome to come here. Any other team fans come in here and talk game. This is like us hanging out at a bar, just bullshitting. That's what we're all about. So
that's right.
Good luck. Right. We'll see how it plays out. It will be a fun game. It will be a fun game. There's zero animosity. Whether it's us or KC, I'm hoping it's the Jags that knock off KC personally.
Oh, dude,
because no one's.
I hope I'm wrong. Yeah, I hope I'm wrong.
Giving them a shot.
I do hope I'm wrong, but I don't think I am, Mikey. I don't
think you are either. However,
I think listen. Here's how I think that go. Even though we're jumping script right now, if the Jaguars do what they did last week, they're toast because the Chiefs are not going to blow a 27-point lead. That's one. However, if the Jaguars can somehow keep up with them like Houston in the regular season did, then there's a real possibility Jags could beat them because Houston was right there and Houston was awful. And the Chiefs had games the Chiefs had games like this season where they had bad teams fighting with them, right? And the Chiefs found a way, but it wasn't pretty. But I'm going to tell you, the Jaguars are one of those teams, but I just feel like there's no way an Andy Reid coach team with Patrick Mahomes would be up that many points and blow the game.
No,
just I can't.
They can't get down like that.
They cannot get down. They have to.
I can see them because the Jags have a really good D line. If that
they do, but they have to fight with them.
Mahomes. If they can get to Mahomes, they have a shot.
But it's their offense. They gotta. Yes. They can't force. They can't have turnovers.
Any given Sunday.
Oh, 100. Of course.
All right.
You guys know that. Any given Sunday.
Tommy. It's prediction time, brother. We're almost hour 20 in.
All right.
My prediction. I have it 34-27 Bills.
Ow. All right.
I do. I think, listen, we're not going to shut down that offense. They have a very powerful offense. Fantastic set. They probably have the best trio of receivers in the league.
Yeah.
And Joe Burrow is a bona fide stud.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think they're going to score.
Mm-hmm.
I just think the Bills are going to score more.
That's right. Okay. So, like my boy Eric Moulds predicted, he predicted 38-21. I am going 37-21. Buffalo Bills, 37.
You don't think they kick any field goals? You think they score 3 touchdowns?
No, 3 touchdowns, 37-21. I think they go for it on a few fourth downs, and that's why you don't see field goals in this game. I think this game is for both teams, Mikey, is one of those games where like they're going touchdowns. I think you see a couple fourth downs going on this game. I think that's what
field goals.
Okay. 37-21, 99-0. Damn. All right.
Yeah.
Now you see,
I won't ignore you, Scott. 99-0. We got it. So Trek comes in and says 38-35 Bills, which I love that.
Yeah.
27-24.
Ooh,
41-21. Nice, Keith.
Golly. Okay.
Woo. Elise says no score, just Bengals win. She doesn't care how. She says Bengals win. That's all I give a crap about. Give me the W.
Okay.
I don't care how it happens.
It is what it is.
Elam catches a Hail Mary to seal it. I like that.
All right.
Chewy, 35-24. Okay. All right, Tommy. So we are about
Done.
we're less than 48 hours. We're less than 48 hours away from the game, right?
Yeah.
We're about 36 probably right on there.
Hey,
like that.
playoffs are tomorrow, by the way. Chiefs and Jaguars. It should be interesting. I'll watch. I'll be watching. I watch playoff football.
Because if the Jags win, the winner of our game is hosting the AFC Championship.
I know. I don't see it happening. That game's going to be in Atlanta, but wait,
I don't see it happening either. But hey, it is what it is. Listen, Keith, you're right. 3 to go. 3 to go.
That's right. That's right, baby. That's right. We've been counting down.
Absolutely, Scott. We will be on for a post game.
Come on, Scott. How could you ask that? Win or lose, we always are here.
We will be here. So
always
for Greg and Elise, win or lose, come join us. Because we'll give you if you guys beat us, we'll give you your flowers.
Yeah, man. We that's one thing about us, man. We do not go run and hide in a cave, bro.
Nope.
We come here regardless how bad it hurts. I was here Bills Chiefs game. Yep. It was the roughest thing I have ever had to do in my life.
The hardest one was probably the DeMar game. We went live after the DeMar one.
Oh, that was rough. Well, that was different. That was emotional. I think the Chiefs
but we still went live. We went live after. We did, even though there wasn't a lot of.
Now you didn't go live with me last year on the Bills Chiefs. I think I went solo on the Bills Chiefs game, and I had lost my voice.
No, I think I went with you.
You did? I don't.
Yeah, because I was pissed off because my brother texted me. Remember, my brother texted me and said, "You guys got this." I'm like, "There's still 13 seconds. I'm not comfortable."
All right. I don't remember.
He said, "I'll never." Yeah, no, I was there with you, brother.
Okay, I lost my voice.
Hot.
I was lost for words, bro. It is what it is, though. But yeah, we're here always, guys. So we'll be here.
So, yeah, we'll be here after the game.
So tomorrow, do we have anything going? I don't think I have any show going tomorrow.
Okay.
I may have backdoor Bills talk. We'll see if I have a guest on. If not, I don't know, guys. Just always hit the notification bell because that will give you guys notification when we're going live. I do have a new channel. It's not football related, guys. It's not sports related.
It's just Tommy related. You want to get intimate with Tommy? This is the way to get to know him.
So it's called MMJ Podcast, guys. So it's my mental journey, and it's just it's my life journey. It's my struggles with a lot of stuff. And if you guys are interested, it's not live. It's going to be video recorded. I'll be posting them, and I'll probably do at least once or two videos a week. So MMJ Podcast. Look out for a video tomorrow. I'll have it posted up. It's going to be interesting. I'll have guests on with similar life stories and mental struggles with just whatever. And if that suits you, if not, no big deal. No big deal. Just continue to watch Mafia Sports Report. We'll be on Sunday. Yeah, we'll be on Sunday at probably 6:30-ish. Depending how long the game. If this is another 4-hour game, it's 7. So, depending on how long the game goes, but we should probably be 6:30 on Sunday.
This is a question for you.
Yeah.
Why'd you end the round table? You should have them suffer through as we talk all Bills.
I know. Yeah. They're done. They're done. They're so mad. They're done with football. I don't blame them, but it is what it is. But anyways, guys, we're out of here. We appreciate you guys.
See you Sunday.
Mafia, Bengals fans that came in, we appreciate you guys. Anybody who's watching this that missed the live, we appreciate you. And we are out. See you Sunday. Go Bills.
Go Bills.
Mafia #1. Love you. Peace.